everybody, I am going to be reading to you And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street by Dr. Seuss. And to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. When I leave home to walk to school, Dad always says to me, "Marco, keep your eye lit up and see what you can see." But when I tell him where I've been and what I think I've seen, he looks at me sternly and says, "Your eyesight is much too keen. Stop telling outlandish tales. Stop turning minnows into whales. Now what can I say when I get home today? All the long way to school and all the way back, I've looked and kept a careful track. But all that I've noticed except my own feet was a horse and a wagon on Mulberry Street." There's nothing to tell of that won't do. Of course, just a broken down wagon that is drawn by a horse. That can't be my story. That's only the start. I'll say that a zebra was pulling the cart. And this is the story that no one can beat when I say that I saw it on Mulberry Street. Yes, the zebra is fine, but I think it's a shame such a marvelous beast with a cart that is so tame. The story would be better to hear if the driver I saw was a charioteer. The golden and blue chariots sometimes to meet, rumbling like thunder down Mulberry Street. No, it won't do at all. The zebra is too small. A reindeer is better. He's fast and he's fleet. Oh, and he'd look mighty smart on Mulberry Street. Hold on a minute, there's something wrong. A reindeer hates the way it feels to pull things that run on wheels. He'd be much happier instead if he could pull a fancy sled. A reindeer and a sleigh. Say anyone could have think of that. Jack or Fred or Joe or Nat, say even Jane could even think of that. But it isn't too late to make one little change. A sleigh and an elephant. There's something strange. I'll pick one with plenty of power and size. A blue one with plenty of fun in his eyes. And then, just to give him a little more tone, have a Raja with rubies perched high on the throne. See, that makes my story that no one can beat when I say I saw it on Mulberry Street. But now, I don't know, it still doesn't seem right. An elephant pulling a thing that's so light, would it whip it around like an air in a kite? But he'd look simply grand with a great big brass band. A band that's so good should have someone to hear it, but it's going so fast that it's hard to keep near it. I'll put on a trailer. I know that they won't mind if a man sits and listens while hitched on behind. But now, is that fair? Is it fair what I've done? I'll bet those wagons weigh more than a ton. That's really too heavy to load for one beast, so I'll give him some helpers. He needs two at least. But now that worries me this. Mulberry Street runs into bliss. Unless there's something I can fix up, there'll be a lot of awful traffic mix-up. It takes police to do the trick, to guide them through the traffic thick. It takes police to do the trick. They'll never crash now. They'll race at top speed with Sergeant Mulvaney himself in the lead. The mayor is there, and he thinks it's grand, and he raises his hat as they dash by the stand. The mayor is there and aldermen too, all waving big banners of red, white, and blue. Now that's a story that no one can beat when I say I saw it on Mulberry Street. With a roar of its motor, an airplane appears, and it dumps on confetti while everyone cheers. That makes a story that was really not bad, but it still could be better. Suppose I add a Chinese boy who eats with a stick, a big magician doing tricks, a 10-foot beer that needs a comb. No time for more, I'm almost home. I swung round the corner and dashed through the gate. I ran up the steps, and it simply felt great, for I had a story that no one could beat, and to think that I saw it on Mulberry Street. But Dad said quietly calm, just draw up your stool and tell me the sights on the way home from school. There was so much to tell, I just couldn't begin. Dad looked at me sharply and pulled out his chin. He frowned at me sternly from there on his seat. Was there nothing to look at, no people to greet? Did nothing excite you or make your heart beat? Nothing, I said, growing redder as a beet, but a plain horse on my wagon on Mulberry Street. That is the end of, and to think I saw it on Mulberry Street. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Goodbye, everybody.